Let me see your identification.
What did you say? I'll tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, Dave looking vigorously for something, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about.
Vigorously, that's a good one.
I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, said Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Oh, hello, Jason.
How are you?
I am fucking fired up. It's been a day.
Yeah.
It has been a day. You would think after a long weekend that, I'd be relaxed, have a few days off, and then just, be able to just cruise into work and just pick up.
Just have a normal day.
It's a normal day. There's no such, no, not at all. We can't do that. I'm starting early with a knife hand because I'm going to go ahead and go on the record and say I'm surrounded by fucking, not surrounded, not in my immediate vicinity. Let's just say that there's a lot of fucking idiots that work in the Air Force.
He's surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes. It was bad today. It was bad. As Jason, I was letting Jason in on before we started, which got me even fired up again.
Which, by the way, you never even made your point. You got off on a sidetrack about the kid enlisting, and you never actually talked about the guy that came to your desk, which is what started, or which was.
Oh yeah, guys. It's been a, like, look. I'm just gonna do a PSA here before we get any further. For the younger generation that's out there, and maybe even for some of the older generation, maybe you're not that internet savvy or whatever, but you send emails and you have to do things. Take pride in what you're sending.
At least on a professional level.
At least in a professional level. Text between friends or whatever, who cares?
Yeah, you can just go the letter U, suck, S-U-K, balls.
Yeah, but
with a Z.
I can't do that. I have issues doing that, but
he can't even fuck around. Not serious.
I mean, I'll do like TIA, thanks in advance, because it's almost like brevity. Like using brevity codes.
Sure.
Like ZKU for maintaining listening watch.
Mm-hmm.
But an incident with a professional organization that's the face of the largest employer in the state of New Jersey, who will remain nameless, can't bother to fucking proofread something before they post it on Instagram, and then also refer to a link that is broken immediately for a major event. Take pride in what you're doing. It's your fucking job. If it's your job to fucking put something out into social media, that's especially a reason to fucking spell check. It's not like, oh, wow, that's a typo. It happens. Who fucking cares? I don't care. I don't care that it happens. Oh, yeah, people misspell stuff all the time. I don't give a fuck. If you're representing 25, 30,000 people who are employed by the state of New Jersey and an entire organization that represents the fucking United States of America, and you fucking can't take an extra second to maybe read out loud what you just typed, you fucking retard. And then, oh, by the way, you're posting a link to something that it is your job. It is your job to post this link.
Yeah.
And you post that link and it doesn't work because you didn't bother to check it. And you know what? You know what they forgot? When they cut and pasted the link, they left a word off the end of it. And you know how I know that? Because I have a fucking half of a brain in my head, and I went, oh, I can complete this sentence, and I typed the rest of it out, and then it worked.
Yeah.
So if they had taken the chance to fucking say, oh, whoops, I fucking didn't put the whole link in here, that's why it didn't work. It wasn't like a huge bit of troubleshooting, like, oh my God, the internet's broken.
Yeah.
No, you didn't pay attention because you suck. Because you don't fucking care. You don't care about your fucking job. And you don't care what you put out in front of other people. Take some fucking personal pride in what you're doing. You know who you are. Anyway.
So,
Hi, Jason.
We're not here to just listen to Dave rants all night. What are we talking about today?
We're going to wrap up Skeleton Crew today.
Yes. Skeleton Crew ended last week.
It did?
And we're here
It's
to
been
talk
a week
about it.
already? Holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, a week
Time
from
is
today.
Flying.
Though, to be fair, I didn't actually watch them until Saturday.
So it's fresh for you.
Yeah, fairly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking about the last two episodes because we haven't covered either of them, so we're going to get through those. And
I think what we're going to get is you're going to get our general overview of the 8 episodes in the series, and then what we think about the whole shebang bang.
yeah. So that being said, do we want to talk about our wonderful patrons?
You should absolutely talk about our wonderful patrons.
All right. Well, if
Who
you're
obviously care about what they post on the internet.
yes, if you're enjoying the Sidebar Cantina's content, consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can support this podcast and help make it for us to bring you quality content week after week. I think I said something wrong in there. We'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Don Solsky, Helen Martin, Shotgun Mark, Nick from Sweet Studios, Scott and Kim from Used and Abused, Catherine Rennick, Tina Land, Wally Frogmore. Why do I feel like I'm losing my voice? My wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein, Helmet Fire, Lord Helmet Fire, sorry, The Orange and Fett Show.
Oh, I didn't turn the page.
Yeah, we were getting ready in a hurry here. Whoops. Chantal for Pop My Culture, Kristen Roscom, Sterling Asia, Dragon Buddy, Frederick Martin, and Nicholas Schaefer. If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
There we go. There's the right page.
Now, do we have any sidebar headlines?
We do not for this week. Don't worry about it, Luna Girl. All I can say is go Birds.
Yeah.
That's what I can say about the sidebar headlines.
All right, fair enough.
I'm sorry for the Detroit Lions. I would much rather be playing the Lions this week than the Commanders, just because fuck the Commanders.
Well, where the fuck did they come from? That's what I want to know.
Lucky fucks.
Okay.
Dude, they're just whatever.
So you're not sweating at all this week?
Oh no, I'm totally sweating it because they've it's like they're falling forward into all of this.
Right.
And look, I will deny it, even though it's on record now and it's out there in the world. Jaden Daniels is a very good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot of talent on that team. And they have good coaching. So they have a good team. Like, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be there. They won the games they needed to win, and they deserve it as anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the dominance of the NFC East is obvious, and that I'd rather not be playing the Commanders, and I'd rather be playing a team like the Lions and actually make it worthwhile for the rest of the country. Instead,
Right.
I got to put up with graphics that show, the entire country wants the Commanders to win over like the small population of the Eagles, which is complete horseshit, by the way. But
well, we'll save football talk for later, because right now we're ready to get to our weeks. Are we not?
yes.
All right. Well, I actually don't have much. I really haven't been doing a whole lot recently, but I do want to say fuck YouTube. You know how YouTube does free movies sometimes, which I've been enjoying, right? I'm like, because I I think when I watched Interstellar for the first time, it was free on YouTube. When I watched Memento for the first time, it was free on YouTube. So
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, this has been pretty good. So I'm perusing YouTube, looking at my feed, and I happen to see some pop-ups for some new movies that they have that they're streaming, like the full movies of. And one of them was Trading Places. I'm like, fuck yeah. Because I haven't seen Trading Places in a long time, and I fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie.
I owned that on VHS, and I watched that shit over and over again.
It's awesome.
And so I know every word of that fucking movie. So when I'm watching the movie, and very early on in the movie, Eddie Murphy is like pretending to be the blind man, you know, rolling around, and the cops stop him. You remember that part?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The cops stop him, and they lift him out of his little wheel thing, and he's like, "Oh, I have legs. I can walk." And they take off his glasses. "Oh, I can see." And he's like, "Oh, shoot. This is great." Which in the real movie, he's like, "Oh, shit. This is great." And I'm like, what the fuck?
They nerfed it?
Yeah. So I fast forwarded to the part where a very vulgar word is used
Right.
To describe Eddie Murphy by the Duke brothers, and they cut it out.
Yeah, well, if they're not going to say fucking shit, then
Yeah.
they're obviously not going to
And then, of course,
use the other pejorative.
and then I had to like, well, okay, let's check one last thing. I rewound to the scene with Jamie Lee Curtis that everybody should remember, and completely edited. So it's a travesty, really. It's like watching it on fucking TV. You know, when
I mean,
like all
it
the
is
words just.
It is free for everybody.
But I want to see the real fucking movie, not some cheap edited bullshit like this.
I mean, it's the cheapest that you can get by being free.
I guess.
So,
But I don't know. YouTube's not making a great case for them to, be like a movie streamer.
listen, as this goes out on YouTube, and then,
I see the irony here.
and then suddenly it doesn't.
yeah.
But I don't. YouTube's good for a lot of things.
It is. Clearly.
Watching movies is not one of like. I don't know how people listen to music. Like, people listen to music exclusively via YouTube. I don't know how they do that. That would drive me insane.
Yeah.
Even the idea that a commercial or a pop-up or something else was going to get in there.
Oh yeah. Fuck that.
That would drive me insane.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Even with Spotify, like when I was paying for Spotify, it was okay, but like listen to Spotify without a membership, nope, can't do it. I have
Might as well listen to the radio.
Yeah, I have Apple One and I have Sirius. So Sirius XM honestly is the radio.
Yeah.
Like that's, I can either listen to just music, like especially via the app. Here's an ad for Sirius XM. I'll wait for our sponsorship money. But you can listen to Sirius through the app, and you just like put on a channel, and it'll just play music the entire time. It won't stop.
Right.
Or if you really kind of like the interruption, just a little bit of an interlude
Mhm.
with somebody else talking, they have that. On the main channels. I like that.
Yeah.
That's what I listen to in the morning on the way into work.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, how much is Sirius?
It varies. Like you can go as cheap as, I think like $12 a month for a car and the streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now I'm paying like 24.
Okay.
And that includes the traffic into my car.
Oh.
Like for my navigation.
Okay.
Like I have the Sirius XM put the traffic into it. Because I don't like my car doesn't have wireless Apple Car. How you doing?
Shame.
I know it is, and I had an adapter to make it so. All right, look, this is first world problems here. All right,
I'm sitting here like looking at him judgmentally, like,
Right.
oh, you poor fuck.
I know, it's the worst.
Did you go live on the sidewalk somewhere?
Dude, I don't know. I had yes, my car is a 2020. We're sidebarring.
Yeah.
I had a loaner for the past like week plus,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a 2025 Ford Escape, like
Nice.
the same exact my 2020 and that 2025, the same exact body, same interior, same everything. Right?
Yeah.
It was like I guess if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Sure.
Like, so it's one of those body styles and interiors that's obviously worked for them from a sales perspective. So they keep making it, and I like it. I like the layout and everything else, except what I don't like it's called Sync. Ford uses this system. They call it Sync. And the Sync system that was in the 2025, yeah, you had wireless CarPlay, but how it interacted and there was no analog display for.
Yeah, and I
your
hear car
mouse bar.
companies are doing that. They're starting to drop the Apple Play, which is fucking horseshit.
And
So you don't get the interface.
well, and what I really don't like is I want to, like, I like seeing a speedometer and a tachometer on there. I don't need it. Like, yeah, if you present it digitally, that's cool. But this car, I couldn't modify it to the point where it's like, okay, you can either see the speedometer or you could see the, like, what's playing on the radio, but you can't do that, the speedometer and the tach. You couldn't do it. Like, the customization really wasn't there. Like, that doesn't have to be digital for me. I just want that analog. That's how it is in my 2020.
Sure.
But saying all that, coming back to poor people. So I have the SCL version, right? Like, this is where understanding that trim difference is a real thing. So, like, the thing I was driving was like an S, right? So it was the baseline model.
Okay.
It had fabric seats, no power seats. It was a foam rubber fucking steering wheel, dude. It was the most uncomfortable thing. Like, it rode louder.
Wow.
Like, there was more road noise. Like, it was a brand new car. It had 300 miles on it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, I'm like, God damn, this thing is fucking terrible. I was like, I can't wait to get back into my car because I have fucking leather seats and power everything and the whole shebang bang.
Yeah.
Remote start, the whole bit. Like, it makes a fucking difference.
Huh.
I'm like, I'm perfectly content with my 2020, and yes, there is a technology limitation there, but fuck it. Like, I trust me, I can get the technology. I can push the technology to where it is that I could have that level of integration. But CarPlay is fine as long as you're in cell.
Yeah.
Right. If you're driving up to the mountains, up to State College, like, there's areas where the cell coverage is kind of spotty. And if you're streaming something and you're relying on that for your fucking nav data and shit like that, and it's going to waver. Like, the GPS is not great if you're relying on the GPS on your phone while you're in navigation mode. Like, it's not really designed for that. Like, antenna look angles, and you think about it. Like, think about where the antenna is and where it's looking for satellites and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the best. Whereas in my car, it's a fixed antenna. It has its look angle. Like, it's designed for that. It's purpose built for the nav system. And my Sirius XM, it never drops.
Right.
Unless there's a mountain between me and the satellite, it never drops. I don't have to worry about that shit. So that's why I'll keep the nav and everything else on the car itself, because I don't have to worry about it.
So you had mentioned earlier, yeah, it's a 2020, so it's not up to speed technologically. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, that was just a couple years ago. Because I feel like I'm perpetually stuck in like 2022, where 2020 was just a couple years ago, right? It's still fresh in the mind, and it just happened. But no, we're fucking 5 years removed from that at this point.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, we're like 2 months from the 5-year anniversary of going home from work and doing remote and all that.
It is. My hourglass analogy. Insert here with the sands of time.
Yeah.
It's not that they're falling any faster. It's just that the sand in the bottom is closer to where the sand is falling.
Yeah.
So that's why it seems like it's going faster.
Yeah. So anyway, fuck YouTube. And that's really all I had to say for my week.
Oh yeah, there you go. Luna Girl says she pays like $10.29 for car and streaming.
Okay.
She drives an Escape too.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my week. You got anything to talk about?
Oh, dude, I got all kinds of shit. You saw me walk in here with all this stuff.
All right, well, lay it on us.
So the first thing is shout out to Helmet Fire because we were talking about 3D printing
Yeah.
the other day, and Jason was like, want to get to a certain level with the 3D printing, and before I invest in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Vickers was like, well, I have one here collecting dust. That's, a good model. Let me send that over and let Jason play with that before he makes an investment.
Yeah.
So,
Which, thank you, Vickers.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
we and Jason was supposed to get this when he came over to my house for dinner the other day, and I forgot. Well, I remembered early, then forgot later. So, my bad.
Yeah, it's all
So
right.
you could have had it a week ago. But anyway, so that's that. I have an addition.
The sacred Jedi.
What
Yeah, here.
the hell is this?
So
Oh, God.
a contribution for the shelf. It was a pre-order that wasn't supposed to show up until March.
Ooh. Can I open it?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it's got tape on it still.
Hang on. I got a knife.
You sure you want me to cut it?
Yeah.
Actually, hang on. It'll peel off.
I don't care. I'm not. It's. I'm willing to bet that you probably pre-ordered this also.
I don't think I did. If it is what I think it is.
Jason, just cut it.
No.
Just cut it.
No.
Just cut it.
Nope.
Jason.
I'm not gonna do it.
Jason.
Holy fuck. Oh my god. Nice chair. Good lumbar support. So yeah, this is fucking Palpatine in his throne. He's got different faces. He's got different lightnings. Well, one lightning. He's got his fucking cane. Oh man, yeah. You should fucking see the faces.
I haven't. So this is a reveal for me too. I hadn't seen it. So when it popped up, I think I got it back in like June. It showed up, and I was like, okay, bang, pre-order, and oh yeah, look at him.
Yeah, look at those
Yeah.
other faces too.
Look at
Get a
other-
close up on those.
Look out for other blackness.
Yeah. Great view of utter blackness.
Yeah, it's just when I saw it, I'm like, man, we make so many references to fucking Papa Palpatine
Yeah.
that getting him in his chair.
And it looks just like the fucking Robot Chicken one too.
Yeah.
Like that's all I think about when I look at that is
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
him and the Robot Chicken.
So I feel like it's a fitting addition to the
The sacred Jedi.
Yes, very much so.
so
Love it.
as good as it is, it's not as it still with fucking Papa Palpatine giving us the finger up on the
Well-
shelf is still the best.
Well, it looks like this is the same Palpatine, so like he could very easily have his hand twisted into a fuck you.
Bet that knee's starting to hurt. So the other thing was the John sent a care package
Oh.
from Antarctica,
Oh shit.
and I gave you one of the things that he sent the
Mhm.
other night.
Yeah.
And you forgot it. So I'm giving it to you now so that you can reveal to everyone else.
Alrighty. Put it up right quick. So it took me a while to figure out what the hell I was looking at. But let's see if yeah, it looks better on the screen. It's a tooth. It's a big tooth that's an actual cup. It's like porcelain, like a coffee mug.
It's like like a Rancor. It's a Rancor tooth.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's supposed to be a Rancor tooth.
As
So-
like a shot glass.
Yeah, and it's like the size. I could bite into my head right there.
Put it, reverse it, and use it like a horn.
Yeah.
Like-
I
that's
don't know what that was.
that's the noise. Apparently, that's the noise Jason makes with a horn.
Yep.
One of the other things he sent along, which we'll have to play with.
Oh shit. Little build your own lightsaber kit going on here.
So
I don't know how well you can see it.
I think with you, let's see, you're going
Going to Disney.
in a few
3
weeks.
weeks.
In a few weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks from right now,
3
I'll be
weeks later.
somewhere in Epcot. Oh, actually, I know exactly where I'll be 3 weeks from right now. I'll be in the space restaurant in Epcot.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's good shit.
So jealous. But John is he's frequented Galaxy's Edge probably more than we have.
Oh yeah.
So he's been like these coasters are for the
So I recognize these coasters because let's show them to the people. There's one with a Banta on the back. I saw a Rancor. These were the coasters they used in the Galactic Star Cruiser. Whenever you go to the bar or anything, they put
Really?
these coasters down and set your drinks on them.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is an Ewok. But yeah, these coasters are fucking awesome.
Yeah. So now we have some here in the studio,
Yeah.
courtesy of the John. And speaking of coasters, he sent some of these.
Yo! Okay, before I nut too much over these are NES coasters, and the box is like an old school NES box. Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta see what this is.
Yeah, crack them open.
Oh, it's all of them. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that shit. It's in the shape of a Nintendo cartridge.
What a great way to take our money.
Oh, I know. This
Boy.
is beautiful.
They know exactly what they need to do to get our money.
Yeah. Generation X, man, we're
Yeah.
ripe for the pickings.
Or in this case, John's money.
Yeah. Mario 2, which I'm guessing the next one is Metroid.
Nice.
Then we got Legend of Zelda. It's not gold though.
I mean, that would have been too much.
Yeah. Donkey Kong, Excite Bike. Yo, I loved some Excite.
Excite Bike, man.
Yo, you could create your own fucking levels. That was like the first level editor that we were ever exposed to.
Yeah.
Was Excite Bike.
I never took full advantage of that.
Yeah.
I never did. I always would play it, and then because of my attention span, I
fucked around with it quite a bit.
I would just play the levels that were there until I like either ran out of lives or got frustrated with it, and then would move on.
Yeah.
But again, had Dave known what was wrong with Dave at the time,
Maybe we could have fixed him earlier.
thanks, Luna Girl. I see your note. But yeah, so that was, and he sent me a couple other things too.
Well, thank you, John, if you're listening. These coasters are fucking awesome.
I got one other thing I put out of my own reach.
Up. God damn, that hurt. I don't know where the
Vicar said I could shoot you and it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, fuck that, man. That shit stung like a motherfucker. Dave just shot me. For those in the audio department, Dave just shot me with a fucking Nerf gun, and that thing hurt.
So I
Probably
think we've talked about these Nerf guns before.
Oh, that's the stubby bullets.
Yeah. The stubby bullets, and these are advanced Nerf guns. Like this thing
Yeah, it looks
this thing has heft.
looks sort of AR-15 ish.
Yeah. I mean, and it's obviously it's got colors to hopefully not get you shot if you have it outside.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Right?
you're not fucking kidding.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm procuring this one from Vickers.
Safety on?
Yes, the safety's on. And it has a safety.
Did it shoot?
You're gonna have a double fire.
I love it.
Isn't it fucking great?
Yeah.
I had yeah, I
This is one of your bullets.
these things are so cool. Sometimes Dave just needs to shoot something,
Right.
and these Nerf guns are definitely the way to get my trigger pull.
Especially one like this.
Yeah, and be able to do it in the house, and yeah, this is a better investment than the alternative because
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, the entire the market for these, like I think I brought it in the one that Vickers printed for me, the pistol.
Oh, right.
And again, that thing was powerful like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so powerful. It has a Picatinny rail, just like this one.
Mm.
And I printed a flashlight holder for it. So I put a Surefire on it, and I was firing it the other day, and the backplane of the slide, like, decided it was going to go. So in mid, like, as I'm firing, this slide pushes the backplane off of it. The gun basically exploded in my hand. It exploded, and it fucking it's like, these are how powerful these guns are. Like, when the spring unloaded, it broke the flashlight holder.
Oh, wow.
Like, it went, and that was gone. And then I had the thing in pieces in my hand. I'm like, oh my god. I wasn't even mad. It was fucking cool. I was just like, oh my god, it's so fun.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of recoil, you get your trigger pull, and I didn't bring in the other one, Vickers. We ran out of time. But I will be. There's a sniper rifle in the car that he said I wasn't allowed to shoot Jason with because it would hurt him. So I restrained myself.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Though I guarantee you I'm going to have a fucking welt.
Really?
Dude, that hurt.
I'm glad I aimed for your shoulder then.
I know, right?
Dude, that it was accurate. I aimed for your fucking clavicle right there.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Fucking cool. So yeah, that's all I have for my week. I provided a way to get my gun off without killing anybody. It's a good thing.
Yeah, very good. It's another way to relieve stress.
Yeah. Especially after a stressful football. Well, it's been a couple weeks, right? So
yeah,
we missed. Penn State got knocked out.
Yeah. And so, how did you feel about Notre Dame and Ohio being in the finals? That, like,
fuck the Irish.
You're more fuck the Irish than fuck Ohio State.
I hate Ohio State. I don't like both teams, but I hate Notre Dame more.
Okay.
Like, there is core there. I have like core, like bullying, like kids with Notre Dame jackets bullying a child,
right?
A child Dave. Like, I hate Notre Dame, which is ironic too, because I'm a fucking, I was a kid, baptized Catholic kid, fucking growing up in this area. You would think that, if you're not into Penn State, you're probably into Notre Dame. No, because everyone else is in Notre Dame. All these fucking idiots that are around here that are into Notre Dame, they are probably also Cowboys fans, so they all suck dick.
Yeah,
every one of them. They slurp it right up, and I am so glad that they lost. I'm so glad Notre Dame lost. Am I happy that Ohio State has another national championship? No, I'm not. However, I can't be mad about it. Penn State fucking they screwed the pooch. It could have been them.
Yeah,
but whatever. The Eagles are still in it. And it's stressful. It's fucking stressful. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do it? Like, honestly, like, texting back and forth with Nick and Rob Quenzler, who's a Bills fan. It's like, sorry, I'm clearing a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Why
do we let it get, like, I don't know how it is for you, but you know how I get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I'm watching football, the dog can't be in the room. She's like, he's freaking out, and she leaves.
Mm-hmm. See, I used to be like that, but all the drugs and shit that I've been taking over the last couple of years has kind of like mellowed me out. So
Yeah, it's mellowed me out too. I don't go out and punch things,
well, that's good.
but I still like my heart rate and everything else. Like I'm still cursing, and
Mm-hmm.
I still have a huge emotional investment in it.
Yeah.
And this is like, this is decades of indoctrination.
Mhm.
I mean, decades. Let's face it. I was born in the fucking, it's part of my core identity is being born in Veterans Stadium parking lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, logically I get it, but the level of emotion that I try and talk myself out of, like it's just it's just a game, whatever. I should be happy we got this far. I should be happy that we make it this far so often when for so many years we didn't.
Yeah.
Like to have this level of success is like it's one of those things that should be grateful for, but no, fuck you. You should be winning. You're doing dumb shit. What the fuck? Like it just every time there's just emotional investment.
I think it gets worse the more successful your team is too.
Mm-hmm.
Because like for the 49ers, they ended the season 7-10 or whatever. I'm like, nah, fuck. What are you gonna do? And then that was kind of my feeling towards the end. But when you get into the playoffs and you make it to the NFC Championship, that's when the tensions are even higher.
The idea of losing to the fucking Commanders is just God. I just the idea just of having a Commanders and a Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'd watch it. Of course I'm going to watch it. It's the fucking NFL. They have like a chip inside. People that enjoy football, they have this like chip that they put in like a bag of Doritos at some point. That's brilliant.
Bag of Doritos?
Think of this, all right? If you wanted to control like sports fans, right?
Uh-huh.
Football fans especially, and you decided like, okay, we're gonna implant something into a bag of Doritos chips, like Cool Ranch, whatever, regular Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bet you Doritos has its biggest day for the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you put something in there that was like, I don't know, some nanobot technology where it was like, okay, you eat this and then it's going to give you like they'll give you some ability to track you or whatever the fuck.
Sure.
Give you an erection when it's inappropriate. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. That would be the perfect way to do it. You'd get 100 million people in one day.
Yeah.
From fucking Doritos.
Yep.
From one day. Because we're fucking automatons when it comes to football. It's like, oh my God, we love football. So maybe they've already done it.
I love the idea of, some monarch or, whatever, like getting all these controlling chips into people, not so they can rule over them and be the king of the world and all that, but no, just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like, erection.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, look at them. Look, he's in church. He has a massive erection.
Yeah.
It's just an optical illusion. It's the pleats and the pants. I don't know. It's the commercial with Matthew McConaughey with the football is just trying to get you to eat like everything about football. Like what's Jerry Rice eating? Rice. Oh, look at that. He's eating rice. That whole thing. It's not wrong. I mean, not that football's not doing it deliberately, but like there's marketing and everything.
Oh yeah.
It's all propaganda. Every single thing you watch on there has had somebody at least give one passing thought to the fact that I am going to manipulate somebody with this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. We're doing it to you right now.
Oh yeah.
We're manipulating you to enjoy what we're saying. Maybe. I don't know. I wish we had some sort of agenda like that.
Right.
Like, what is our agenda? Like, listen to us. What do we get out of it? Oh,
Yeah, we're just sitting here bullshitting.
Well, I mean, we get Patreons, I guess. So I guess we do get something out of it.
Yeah.
So we need
fancy
to,
new equipment.
So we need to come up with some sort of conspiracy, I guess.
Okay.
Like that we need. Maybe our Patreon supporters need to tell us what the conspiracy is. What is making you do this?
Right.
Like, we're just here bullshitting. What is making you do it?
Yeah. Why are you here right now?
What exactly is it that we do here? Anyway, yeah. Football.
Yeah.
Football's the worst for it. And I'm a huge baseball fan. Baseball does not do it to me like this does.
No.
Like football does. And I mean, even World Series baseball is so infrequent, but there's 7 games.
Yeah.
You get one game, one battle to the death.
That's the NFL.
And it's so well marketed and so well put together. Like it's just so well done. And then, you have, here's my gripe about the fucking college football playoff for the championship. It was on ESPN.
Which a lot of people have cut the cord lately.
Yeah.
So folks like me couldn't watch it even if I wanted to.
I'm not paying for ESPN. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I listen to it on SiriusXM because I can listen to. That's one of the benefits of depending on what package you get for Sirius.
Mm-hmm.
But you can customize it a little bit. But I can listen to any football game or any baseball game, any college game. It has all the play-by-play.
Good.
So I can listen to the game, but I'll be good goddamned if I'm going to fucking pay for ESPN just to watch the national championship. And that's horseshit.
Now, and do they even have a standalone ESPN that you can subscribe to see those games? Because I know they had that ESPN Plus, but that's not everything. Like, because I had that for a while as part of our Disney Plus package,
right?
And there wasn't shit on there.
I don't know.
It was pretty fucking lame.
I don't know if it's included or not, to be honest.
Yeah, and you couldn't get the Monday Night Football game, so I don't know what the fuck.
It's honestly, it's really poor on college football in general. Like, okay, if you want, they have ABC.
Yeah.
Right. So and it was on a Monday night.
Yeah.
You could have. Maybe it was on ABC. I never tried to watch it.
Well, I know,
but I only saw it on ESPN. And usually when I look at Bleacher Report, which is usually where I keep my look for the schedule, it says like if it's on ABC and ESPN, it'll say it like ABC/ESPN.
Yeah.
Like CBS will say CBS/Paramount Plus or whatever. So I don't think it was on ABC. They probably had some fucking Dancing with the Queers or something. I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
I'm sorry, I'm in a mood. I don't know where that came from either. Am I wrong though?
Not necessarily.
And
not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's because I'm holding a weapon.
People can dance with whoever they want.
They can. Oh yeah, and they can do it really well. I'm not going to watch it.
Right.
I'm sure shit I'm not going to pay money to watch it.
Yeah.
Shit that speaking of,
mm-hmm.
bought tickets for my daughter to go watch people dance with the stars.
Oh, the actual TV show?
Yeah, because they're doing it in State College.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think that's this week.
My favorite part about all those is the stars that you see on there.
Right.
Because it's not like ever like, Tom Cruise, Julia Roberts, or anything like that. It's like some fucking dude who played football 6 years ago, or, this fucking actress that had.
Dude, I think the last one, and the only reason I know this is because my daughter is super into it.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's over at the house, it's like on the blind kid who was on the Olympics, the gymnastics team. You know what I'm talking about? The kid, like, when he has like these super, super like thick glasses, but takes them off when he's doing the pommel horse.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he was one of the dancers.
Oh.
And like, yeah, you're a gymnast. You would think you like dancing would be a relatively easy thing. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. It's they play up the relationships and all the other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just
I
not. It's not my thing.
Yeah. me either.
Football has me. That has other people. They don't eat Doritos. They eat Triscuits or whatever. I don't know.
Like, I don't understand why there's a big fucking community of people out there who watch that fucking Masked Singer or all these fucking other
People
rip-off
must
shows.
People must watch it.
Oh yeah, no,
There's
I know.
so many shows. I'm like, who's watching this shit?
I have no idea. Nobody that I know.
Bunch of fucking drones.
Yeah.
They're all sitting there going, this is great. I can't wait to get on TikTok and talk about it.
I think he's broken. Should smack him.
I wonder how long I could have done that.
I don't know. Let's not find out.
That was only what? That was like 15 seconds. I could have done it for.
I'm sure you could have, but I don't know if anybody would have appreciated that.
I don't know. ESPN is not included with the ESPN Plus that comes with Disney. It's infuriating. Yes. Yes, it is.
It's fucking stupid. If
Oh, you
you're-
know what's even worse? Getting tricked into paying for the Big Ten network.
Mm.
Because I did that
Mhm.
thinking, I'm going to get the opportunity to watch more Big Ten games.
Sure.
Wrong. If I want to watch fucking women's volleyball, then yes,
Mm.
I have that opportunity,
But not football.
but not football.
Ah.
Not football. If I want to watch the 1990 national championship game, sure. But not football, not the current game.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
That's dumb.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. This is why the antenna is the best. I have the. In fact,
Yeah.
I went to Ollie's and I bought a new antenna.
Yeah.
I can't wait to put it up. It'll be ready for next week
Nice.
because I'm right now, like when the wind's blowing too hard for some reason, I start losing NBC.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Mm.
and I can't get Channel 6 at all.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one for me to get to. Like, I can force the TV to go to the channel, and sometimes it'll come in, but for some reason it doesn't like Channel 6.
Yeah, it's odd because the antenna is really not that far. Like I've actually done the math on it.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I have this bipole antenna I'm going to set up.
Now, do you put yours on the outside of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I just prop mine like right on the TV or somewhere
Oh
close
hell
to
no!
the TV.
No, I got it. There's a PVC pipe on the side of my house with an antenna like strapped to it. Which with this new antenna, I'll have a little bit better setup because it actually comes with a little remote, like so you could actually go.
Ah, impressive.
I don't know. Most impressive. I don't know how long that would hold up in snow, sleet, rain, and whatever, but
Yeah.
we'll see. It's better than a swift kick in the nuts, and it's free.
Yep. Wow. So, are we still on your week? What's going on here?
No, we're ready. We're ready to go.
We're ready to get into.
Well, no, not really. Not really.
Do you need to pee?
I need to pee.
All
I
right.
needed to pee fucking 45 minutes ago, but
All right. So then I guess we'll take a quick break
yes, we should do that.
and be right back with Skeleton Crew after a very quick word.
Ooh, media assets.
Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste, it's a grin, it's a groove, it's a blast. Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste, it's a win, it's a definite blast. Colt 45, loaded with dynamite taste. So grab one, down one, get yourself around one. Colt 45, malt liquor, Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste.
Dynamite taste. So while we're on a break, figured I'd throw this out there, especially since Kelly's in the audience. For going back to weekly, we're not going to do it quite yet. I have told Dave that I want to keep going every other week until after my Disney trip, which is only in 3 weeks. So next week, we're going to skip again. The following week, we're going to do The Hunt for Red October, which is a movie I've never seen, and it is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. So we're going to get on that in 2 weeks, and then we'll come back 2 weeks after that. That'll be the first Monday after my Disney trip. We'll I don't know what we'll do for that topic. Might be some more just talking about Disney. And then we'll be back to weekly after that. So just need a little bit longer to do the every other week and kind of get my shit together. But then yeah, today was the day it was supposed to be in the teens.
It is literally colder the next couple of days here than it is in Antarctica.
Wow. Yeah, fuck this weather, fuck the snow. I'm ready for spring.
Look at see my fingertips?
Ugh.
See the cracks?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
it's actually better today.
Ugh.
Like it is like one of the cracks, it looked like there was I was ready for lava to come out of it. And then, cook something with citrus. Yes.
Ugh.
It was awful yesterday.
That sounds painful.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready. And we're back. So let's talk some Skeleton Crew.
Hell yeah.
And let's jump right into episode 7 because that's where we left off was with episode 6. So we're going to hop right into 7.
Yes.
And 7 starts off with the fucking parents like putting together their own little homemade fucking space probe that's going to go out and send out a message.
Oh, that's right. They're in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgive me. I saw episode 7, so that would be 3 weeks ago, right?
Oh, it's been that long, huh?
I saw it like almost right away.
Okay.
I did for both of these because I will say that I was eager
Yeah.
to see them.
Okay.
So if that says anything,
All right. Fair enough. Sorry.
so I may have to knock off some rust.
Yeah, that's fine. Now, because it's been so long, I don't know if you remember, but at the opening of this episode 7 has a very John Williams-ish score to it.
Mm.
And it kind of reminded me of both E.T. and Return of the Jedi, where, they're in the fucking jungles and they're doing shit, and it's got that score playing, and it's in a very John Williams style of score. So if you ever get a chance, go back
No, I
and
have to go back and watch it.
yeah, just fire up the first couple minutes of episode 7 and
Indeed.
see if you recognize that.
I will do it.
But yeah, so the parents are trying to get a message out. Now, we'll get into the content of the message later. But for now, they've got this homemade fucking space probe that they're trying to shoot off past the barrier so they can get a message out. And of course, the security droids show up
Right.
and just start fucking stunning left and right. Just fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, they're running a relay race with this thing at this point. One person's running with it. They get fucking stunned. The next person picks it up. They run until they get fucking stunned.
Right.
Until
It's the Taser Olympics right now. They're like, it's just like,
Yeah. Oh, that's good. But yeah, so they're doing that. Eventually, the mom, Fern's mom, gets it and gets away with it and is able to, send it off into space to to send the fucking message.
Man, it must have been fairly powerful to, get all the way out of the atmosphere. And
I don't know how.
Yeah,
They had no fucking thrusters on it.
No.
It had
just some anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity. I guess that's
and
the solution.
Star Wars physics, man.
Mm-hmm. Don't try to figure them out.
Yeah, it's just like, wow. I wish I could make a bottle rocket that would fucking go to space.
I know, right? And not only go to space, leave the planet's atmosphere, and then go outside of the fucking barrier, which is far greater
Right.
than the fucking planet itself.
All that turbulence, like through the clouds and past the sentries and everything else. Nah, fuck it. The little dildo in the sky.
Yeah.
Whee! It was
So-
shaped like a dildo.
Kind of, yeah.
Like I felt like they were passing the dildo baton around. That's what it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we flash back to the kids who were, if you remember, they are on the fucking ship that shed its skin and now
Right.
we realize it's an AT-AT ship.
New ship.
Yeah, and they're on their way home because they fucking took the ship. KB had the coordinates, so they're just blasting through hyperspace, just chilling. Now they're like fucking playing
His head in
around.
his hand.
Yeah.
Apparently, because you can do that. Why not?
Anyway, so yeah, their kids are all bouncing around and having fun, except for Wim, who's upset that this adventure is coming to an end. You know,
I mean,
he's
it's kids, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, I gotta go home. My dad's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass.
yeah,
Gonna make me do my homework.
got to
I-
take the assessment.
Listen, I look, I suffer from that affliction, right? You could be, I do to present day. I think it's part of, it's probably like a symptom of depression even. So it's like when you're enjoying something to the point where it's like, I'm enjoying this, I know that at some point this is going to be over.
Yeah,
So now you're like, oh no, this is going to be over. Like, no, fucker, idiot, you're fucking. This is still happening. Just enjoy it until, like, don't
like-
put yourself in that position.
I'm sure towards the end of my Disney trip, one of us
Yeah.
will be having that same feeling.
Yeah,
like,
it's. I mean, I've gotten better about it over gaining maturity over the years, but I still get it. Like, it's the same thing. Like every summer, I get that. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's just It's just a part of my thing that I struggle with.
So anyway, at this point, enter the pirates, because the pirates, they also had the coordinates to AT-AT. So they fucking get there and okay. So I gotta have a tiny rant here,
Okay.
because at this point, you know, Jod's with them, but he's kind of
You said tiny.
their prisoner, because they're basically, it's like, if you don't fucking show us the gold, then you're fucking out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And it just keeps happening over and fucking over again. Finally, they get there. They see the fucking field, the cloud field, and they're like, "There's no fucking AT-AT in here." And they're like, "Throw him in the airlock." And they fucking throw him in the airlock. And he's like, "Wait." And then they're like, No, we got to do this." And then he's like, "Wait." And it's just this back and forth. And it's just like, shut the fuck, to kill him. I want him dead. Fucking just kill him already. But no, he somehow talks his way out of it, even though the guy's like slowly got his finger right up to the button.
Right.
and-
It's the Austin Powers like in driving the steamroller, like, no,
Right.
no.
And see, the problem with all that is the fact that I don't give a shit if this guy lives or dies, because they've already painted him as a bad guy. I could give two shits about him now. And so I don't know why they're going through all this close call with him almost getting killed when he's the fucking bad guy anyway. Nobody should give a shit.
Yeah, but for kids, right? For a
Mhm.
younger audience, it's that like it's the pull, right?
I
It's
guess.
the, like, oh no, he's almost gone. Like, oh, but he comes back. And like, no, there he goes. No, he comes back. Like, this show, from a dramatic level, is, while it has elements that could be like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's not for the normal Star Wars.
No, and
demographic.
again, I get it. We've said this multiple times as we've been covering these episodes. It's meant for kids, but you know, as an adult watching this, I fucking hate Jod at this point. I don't know why they're putting him in all these.
But he could have killed the kids
Well, okay,
so
let's-
many times, and it'll come up later again. But
yeah,
he did not need them.
no,
And there's good in him. Obi-Wan, there's good in him. I know
Right.
it.
yeah. We'll see how much good is in him when he fucking. Well, we'll get to it. We're actually almost there already. And while they're there, like jabbing with Jod, fucking, he's like, no, kill him, no, do this, kill him, no,
Jabbing with Jod.
Yeah. The kids show up, so they come out of hyperspace.
Da-da-da!
Yeah, and the pirates are like, "Oh, hey,
We recognize that ship.
that's those guys." And so they have to put him into a tractor beam and capture him again. Put the kids in. Now, see, and this is when you actually get concerned because fuck, the kids were almost home,
Right.
and now all of a sudden they're there, they're at the barrier, and they're getting fucking sucked back into the pirate ship. So that, somebody might actually give a shit about. And Jod's just so fucking annoying in all of this. Like, just the dialogue that comes out of his mouth. Like, I really hated his character by this point.
So I think watch that like the whole dialogue with him and like getting ready to walk the plank, basically, which is what they were having him do in the airlock,
Essentially,
right?
yeah.
He's getting ready to walk the plank and him talking himself out of it, and then go watch like Hook or watch some like something like that,
Yeah.
like Hook or Peter Pan or something where you have this group of pirates, and it's like that age demographic, and it's almost the same.
Yeah.
Like not that I felt like it was regurgitated, but I felt like it had that same rhythm.
I get it, and it's pretty obvious like where they took their influences from.
Sure.
Um,
And why not? It worked.
yeah.
I mean, overall, I think that they knew what they had and they stuck with it.
Yeah.
So good on them for that.
Yeah, I mean, again, from my perspective, I couldn't stand his character at this point. And it didn't get any better as the show went on.
Well, that's true.
So, yeah, they get the kids, or they put the fucking guys in the tractor beam. The main pirate guy, the Wolfman, Brutus, starts walking up the ramp, and they have
Wolfman Jack.
they have a fucking like a cargo claw. Like, grab him. This is the kids now.
The claw.
And so he's fucking incapacitated. He's in this fucking claw. Jod walks up, and if you didn't think he was a bad guy before, well, now he's going to commit murder.
Murder.
Because
I love this part.
he fucking just walks up and just fucking right in the head, just boom.
Do you know how you have those moments where you're just like, man, why does he just fucking kill him?
Yeah.
And then he
just
just fucking killed him.
Yeah. 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 He just walked up and just straight shot him right in the fucking head.
Yep. All right, that guy's done.
Yeah.
Like-
right in front of the kids, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
They're all watching, and they're like,
Ah! Hey, I'm building a core memory for you, kids.
yeah.
Kaplow!
Yes. Childhood trauma. Check.
Yep. And there's going to be even better childhood trauma later.
Yeah. And then Jod talks his way into leading the fucking whole crew again. Comes back, he's in his fucking mask that he was in the very beginning.
Right. For half a second. Like,
right.
Just as a callback, I guess.
Yeah.
So they can sell Black Series figures,
Yeah. And they,
which it'll work.
I'm sure. Actually, I would buy his Black Series figure.
Yeah, why not?
But anyway, so they've got the kids, locked up behind the bridge of their ship, and they receive the fucking transmission because the fucking enter the little penis probe.
Right, that's right.
And they're like, whoa, we're getting some communications here. And they bring it up, and it's the fucking parents' messages. So the kids are listening, and the parents' messages are fucking worthless.
Yeah.
They basically,
They had no idea what they're like. What are these? Are message? What are you doing?
yeah, they're just saying, I love you, and I know you'll be able to make it back.
Right. Like, what? This is not helpful.
Yeah,
Like, how about where are you?
right.
You know why? Because they don't know.
Yeah,
They don't know shit. They're like, all right, we're gonna send this up there because we don't know what else to do.
right.
Like, could you imagine? There's a level of isolation here that I don't think that they impress upon it enough when they, in the next episode when they kind of reveal it.
Mm-hmm.
But the level of isolation that you'd have to have for like generations of beings that don't interact with the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could you, like, everything would be we'd be so mystified
Yeah,
about everything. Like, and how do you develop this infrastructure? The Bobiverse books that you hear me talk about.
Mhm.
There's a it's ironic talking about this, but there's a place that they go where they call them the Quinlans,
mm-hmm.
right? And it's like this they're like a beaver kind of whatever analog, but anyway, it's this race that's being controlled by a an AI,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in this giant structure because they basically poisoned their planet, so they got moved into their structure, and they made like a perfect environment, right? They have all the fish that they need. They have like it's basically
Like
a
Utopia.
utopia,
Yeah.
and you can come and go or do whatever, but it's just like false utopia, and so it has these like problems, and there's like underlying issues.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you listen to the show for 5 minutes and you like are into any of the stuff, the Bobaverse books are really good. They're really good. They're good stories. They're well written. It's audiobook centric.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy them. Like I'm telling you, they're really good. Anyway, that's kind of like we're in the same situation, right? Because they don't know anything else outside of like what they're living in,
Right. They can't even see stars.
Right.
You know,
It's
all they
like-
see is the barrier.
and it's even worse than the Truman Show, because at least in the Truman Show, it's like, oh, they pretended like there was stars there.
Yeah.
Like, no, these guys are just look up and there's just clouds.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Kind of weird. Then I kind of wonder, like, how do they get sunlight into there? But
I guess just enough to get through.
yeah, it must be.
I mean, think about it when it's a like overcast day. I mean, you're still getting enough. You're still getting light, probably enough light to generate photosynthesis or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, they're watching the fucking message from the parents, and basically it was like, "We love you. Try to contact someone from the Republic." Great, thanks.
Thanks.
Um,
What's the Republic?
right. Yeah.
What is that exactly?
It depends on how much they taught them in school
Right.
leading up to that point.
I didn't know anything about the war, how the war finished, or anything else. They're just fucking. We're just in the mines, printing money,
Yep.
waiting for somebody to come pick it up.
Mhm.
Do-do-do-do-do.
We had this weird moment where they're on the fucking the AT-AT ship, and SM-33 mentions like, "Oh, well, because you," talking to Jod, "you're the captain of the big ship, you can't be captain of this ship." And then they go through this whole silly thing where, you know, he calls claimsies, and then the girl Fern calls unclaimsies, and essentially SM-33 was like, he took that and, you know, accepted that as a way of declaring a new captain,
Yeah.
and he fucking just pow fucking pops Jod right in the fucking noggin.
Yeah. Well, and I think like Smee obviously had his like he was siding with the kids regardless. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like, oh yeah, I interpret the pirate rules that way. Sure, bang, whatever, whatever's going to work out best for me.
Yeah, it was silly, but I mean, not terrible.
Again, this is in character, I guess.
Yeah. So they're in the ship and they go through the maelstrom, which I gotta say, this whole scene of them flying through the maelstrom was fucking looked fantastic.
Oh yeah, again, the visuals top notch.
Yeah, in both of these episodes, this one and the next one.
Top-notch, Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic visuals, and just like seeing them going down through that maelstrom is
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. Sorry. So they're on the bridge and they're flying in. They get through the barrier, and then they can see the planet in there. Which again, the barrier is significantly larger than the planet, so this thing must be fucking huge, or it's a small planet, one or the other.
Well, wasn't it a moon? As part of a system. 'Cause I felt like it had a backdrop of a larger
Maybe
thing.
possible. We'll
I
have to
could
go
be
back and
imagining
look.
that.
Yeah. So they go through.
Now I have to look.
And then, of course, fucking Jod is there. He's stowed away on the ship even after they kicked him out. And he fucking beheads SM-33. So you're like, oh, shit.
Mhm.
That's the character I care about the most in this. SM-33 is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's a cool character. So when he gets beheaded, I'm like, no.
Spoiler alert, though. It doesn't.
Yeah, no. He's
Stop him. He's
he
still, he's
makes
still
it.
good.
Yeah.
That's all you need is the head.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
little-
it is.
Yeah.
Penis is
So anyway, yeah, so Jod's back there. He fucking takes over again. He's got the fucking lightsaber to the kids' heads and is like,
Right.
stay the fuck down. And it's a lot of this, the rest of this episode and next episode is the kids and fucking Jod making faces at each other. Like Fern's constantly scowling at him. Jod's constantly looking at him threateningly. And
Right.
it's like, okay.
But not killing them.
No.
He doesn't need them.
No. So
Like not even for blackmail purposes. Like, because I was thinking, like, maybe he's keeping them because he needs to, like, have them as leverage.
right.
Because he could have showed up just as the emissary and not involved the kids at all.
Right. Well, my guess is maybe he thought his story wasn't going to hold because I would assume you fucking land on a planet like this that's been so isolated and under these very strict rules and everything for so long that maybe they'd check ID or something, you know, as opposed to just, you know, walking up with a lightsaber and
He's
like,
like,
I'm the emissary.
Oh, here's my ID. It's like he just.
Yeah. And then they all just fucking took him at his word. All these fucking security droids are like, yes, whatever you say, emissary.
So do you think? You think they're gonna have the lightsaber? The Galaxy's Edge?
Oh, his?
Yeah.
Doubtful. Not this soon.
You don't think?
No.
Wouldn't pre-make that shit? For like the, you know, for the ones in the case.
Right.
You know, the one, not the ones that are like, you know, in the fucking in the barrel,
Yeah.
like these guys. I'm talking like the ones that are.
Yeah, the nice ones.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's too early for that. If they do it, it'll be later on down the
You
road.
said doo-doo.
Yes, I did.
No, the reason I ask or I bring it up because you get a couple of good looks at it
Mhm.
in, you know, in these in these exchanges because you see Wim with it again.
Yeah.
And it's obviously a big part of the story because it's, you know, he's using it as his leverage against the parents and,
Sure.
you know, whatever. But it reminds me a lot of a sword that you would build at the,
Oh, one
At
of the build your own lightsabers.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the, oh God, I can't think of the name of the,
The workshop.
yeah. But yeah, it reminded me of one of those. It's like, oh man, that looks like it just has that design feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the High Republic era
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
kind
has a
of
very High
sty-
Republic look to it.
styling. Where's your High Republic one? Because and you have one, right? You have a High Republic one. Yeah,
Yeah, it has a very similar look to it.
yeah. Except if this was instead of having the endorments here, endorments. How about adornments? How about adornments?
The door is ajar.
Adornments.
Sure, whatever.
I'm like frozen. I can't. Like, what is that? What is the fucking word?
All right, hold on. Let me Google it just to
Adornments.
break you out of your fucking stupor.
Adornments.
Adornment, a thing which adorns or decorates. An ornament.
So it is the right word.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like when you're talking and then like I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, where the word doesn't sound quite right as it's coming out of your mouth.
No, when it replays in your head.
Oh.
Like I broadcasted it and then like in my because I have the feedback loop that makes sure that I'm validating what I said was correct
Oh.
so that if I said it wrong I can correct it.
Okay.
You didn't do that as a radio operator? You like,
I don't think so.
why was I so weird?
Anyway, so where were we?
Lightsabers.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's got the lightsaber to the kids,
Fucking yeah.
and he he basically threatens them. Instead of killing them, like he probably should have, if he truly wanted to get away with all the riches, he should have just fucking killed them and pushed them out of the fucking airlock long before he ever got to the planet.
Yep.
But he didn't. So he's using the whole, I'll fucking kill your parents. I'll cut them all up in front of you
Right.
if you say a goddamn word about who I am.
Yeah. Again, didn't need them.
Yeah.
He did not need these fucking pain in the ass kids,
Mm-hmm.
but he couldn't bring himself to fucking kill them.
Right. And again, my only thought is, like, maybe he does still have some good in him. Or, again, he just thought, like, if he rolled up and just said, I'm the emissary, and they called bullshit, then maybe, I've also got your fucking kids here.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the whole emissary bit was he had to. That was all on the fly.
True. Yeah.
And that was. So he had to think. He didn't know that when he showed up, he would be. Maybe he had an idea that he was going to be like, oh, hey, they're going to recognize me as an outsider and as one of the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thought that, but like the whole emissary role, and then like, oh, hey, shit, he showed up. We're taking him right to the fucking bank.
Right.
Like, oh shit, he's here. Give him the fucking all the gold. All of
Yeah,
it. How many vaults of this are there? Oh, there's 137 of them.
It was more like 1,000 something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's looking at these just like pallets and pallets stacked up full of these fucking credits. And he goes up to one and he like takes one and they all start like raining down.
I know. And he starts laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
Like that's not weird.
I just hated the fact that it was CGI credits.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. They weren't real.
I guess it'd be tough to do that in multiple takes.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd really
yeah.
have to get all these fucking coins and just like push them off, and hopefully everything works out.
You know one of those games down the shore where you drop a quarter in, and it has like a bar
Oh yeah,
that goes through.
mm-hmm.
Like that.
Where it's pushing the pile of
Yeah,
coins.
except you never win.
Yeah,
Like, anybody ever win that game? Have you ever seen anybody win that game?
not a lot. No.
I've never, ever. And I went down the shore almost every summer of my life
Mm-hmm.
and would go down the boardwalk. Never saw somebody win. I watched people play it. I watched my mom play it. I'd like, never.
Hmm.
I think I've tried it like once or twice. And it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, the mechanics of it just aren't there that it would work.
Right.
Like, I'm just looking at it going like, there's nothing I can do to make this work. Like, it's just by like, there'd have to be like a meteorite fall next to this that would shake it enough to make these things fall out.
Mhm.
Which, again, sidebarring to that sidebar, did you see that they have video of a meteorite actually like falling?
No.
So apparently, I think it was in Canada.
Fuck Canada.
Fuck you too, buddy. Regardless of where it was, they have it on a Ring camera.
Mm.
They actually have the meteorite coming down and it like hits their pavement, like their pavers, and it's like explodes. So you actually like they have the sound of it
Ooh.
hitting the pavement too. So it's like they're saying it's probably the only recorded video and sound of a meteorite ever hitting the earth.
Nice.
And it's on somebody's Ring door camera. Like, what are the fucking chances of
that's
something
great.
like that happening? But anyway, yeah, and they analyzed it too. It was like, oh yeah, it's definitely meteorite.
Hmm.
So
I'll be damned.
anyway, how'd that start?
I don't know. Jod pretending to be, or no, CGI credits.
CGI credits, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, that leads to meteorites falling.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, also during this time, the parents show up and they get
Right.
reunited with the kids. They're all hugging and blah, blah,
Somehow.
blah, blah. And then Jod fucking walks up and very menacingly just ignites his saber. You can see the parents, you got the shot of the saber, and then you can see the parents and the kids in the background kind of like, huddling together like he's about to like fucking behead them all.
Right. Which I was almost expecting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everybody's here. All
Yep.
right, I'm just going to go ahead and take these credits.
Just be like fucking Sauron from Lord of the Rings in the opening when he's just like fucking
Hey, fucking show me the money.
Yeah.
Just, there's a lot of. How long do you have to be printing shit?
Well, it's
to-
from the time of the Old Republic. So, High Republic was like a couple thousand years before Luke Skywalker. Old Republic was many thousands, like 5 to 10 plus thousand.
It's a lot of credits.
Credits will do fine.
And that's only one planet of what, 5?
Right. But I think we pretty much decided that all the others were gone. Like, I think
Yeah, they were-
At-Atten was the only one
Yeah,
standing.
they were gone or they were decoys or something.
Yeah. So, and that's how episode 7 ended, with him igniting the lightsaber very menacingly.
Right.
But then when
It's a
we
good way to cliffhanger into the season finale.
Yeah. But then, of course, when we start episode 8, he's like, oh, I'm glad you all got reunited, or some fucking bullshit, where he's like, I'm happy to be at
Right.
service. He's just kind of
With-
waving it around.
With my
a little
lit lightsaber, like, yay! I hold one of these all the time.
Yeah.
That's I know how to use this
bit. Yes,
thing.
this is what Jedis do.
Right. Yeah, I leave it lit and almost kill you.
And
It's been a great excuse to
all right. And he basically has control over the fucking security droids, because he's like, yeah, you're going to fucking confine them all to their homes. You guys are all going to watch them, their every move, and
Right.
report back to me. And they're like, yes, emissary.
Yes.
It's like, again, how do you fucking know that this is the emissary? He has the ship. I guess that's it.
Right. You have the key. Here's the key. They inserted the key, like like the code. They plugged in that code,
Mhm.
and now that it's just a binary fucking system.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this ones and zeros lined up. Now we're a part of you.
Yeah. And they really did burp like that
Yeah.
afterwards. And then he takes Fern, because Fern's giving him, the evil eye the whole time. They're like scowling at each other. Yeah. So he's like, oh, well, why don't you and your mom come up with me to meet the supervisor?
Uh-huh.
So that's what they did. He dragged them up to the supervisor, who ended up being a droid.
A droid, which I'm very Wizard of Oz like. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a droid, like
Oh, were
that
you?
this whole thing was just automated. It just had that feel to it, right?
Okay.
It's all droids as fucking enforcers of whatever. Like the supervisor doesn't actually have any level of interaction with anybody. Like I just was like, this is going to be a droid. It's going to be some ancient droid that's controlling all this stuff.
You know what I thought it was?
What?
I thought it was that pirate guy, the pirate guy that crashed on the planet. Like he somehow, he survived the crash on the planet, and then somehow weaseled his way into the supervisor position.
Like it wasn't his body on the ship.
Right. Because they were all
It was-
decomposed bodies. Like it could have been
anybody.
anybody. Yeah. So I've got stupid in stereo. I'm in the middle of a moron sandwich. Yeah, so there was a pretty cool scene though when he's talking to the supervisor, because the supervisor's like, okay, well, if you could just clear one other thing up, because the last word we got was that the Jedi were all traitors to the Republic. So are you lying about being a Jedi, or are you lying about being the emissary? And well, Jod, of course, went to his go-to, and that's murder.
That's
and
right.
you fucking stabbed the droid right in the fucking eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kills the fucking supervisor, which, I don't know, would that kill him? Like, you would think that not all of his brains would be right there. It's a big fucking...
They have a backup somewhere.
Yeah. So maybe they can restore him from his backup and
Right.
get back to work.
If they're smart, the backup's not co-located with the primary.
Yeah.
They might have to make some sort of connection. They have to get on speeder bikes and then like fly over to where that connection is so they can turn it on, and
That's true. That's very true.
'cause that's how you do things.
Yes. He convinced the mom to open up the shields long enough to get his ship through.
Right.
And another fucking awesome scene where they're going into the barrier, and then when they're fucking landing on the planet, when that pirate ship first
Right.
comes through the clouds and lands on...
Independence Day style. It's like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're fucked.
That was a
Like,
badass shot.
Yeah. It's an amazing mix, like when you add Star Wars and certain elements to like something like this. This isn't like teenager, but like kind of preteen type,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, movie.
Yeah.
But you add like Star Wars to it. Like, hey, here's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, and you just go, whoa, and it just to me, I think that's just really fucking cool.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, that's one of the main things that Star Wars is known for, is for the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going all the way back to Episode 4
Mm-hmm.
and those fucking models and just how great they did all that.
So good.
Yeah.
The models.
My penis so smooth.
So at this point, while all this is going on at the supervisor's tower, the other kids are kind of scheming to try to figure out a way to save Fern. The fucking power goes out when he kills the supervisor.
Right.
So that means all the security droids' power goes out. So this is when the kids can be like, "Oh fuck, he's really a bad guy," you know?
Yeah, because they're not listening anymore.
Right.
Which the dad, like, how, again, this is that level of isolation, right? The dad's like, "Wow, the power's out. A whole block seems to be out."
Yeah.
Like
just so oblivious.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm sure that there are people that are that oblivious.
Oh, we've known some.
Yes, exactly. We've known people that are that oblivious.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, there are times when I'm envious of that level of oblivion because they seem to be happier in general.
Right.
They seem to not, like, they're not stressed out by much
Mm-hmm.
because they're oblivious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've got half a century of fucking
Yeah, you do the Sacred Jedi. That's better. Oh my god, my neighbors are probably wondering what the fuck is going on. Oh, that's good
The
shit.
sacred Jedi.
You have
I
to
love
you have to compare which one is better.
Every time it makes me laugh. So yeah, the kids are scheming.
I should not have been so close to the mic for that. I'm curious where that level went.
So now we're going full on ET because the kids all get on their hover bikes and they're going to try to get to the fucking tower to save Fern and all that. So now it's, they're all on their bikes and they're running away from the bad guys. We got this long sequence of them, being chased by the pirates in their little hover ships.
And, oh, by the way, the pirates, like, when they show up, it's, again, murder! Look at all these people! Target-rich environment. And they're just fucking annihilating landing places, just kicking doors
indiscriminately, just fucking just
right.
mass killing.
And people are like, and what's her nuts? KB is like, "Hey, moms, fucking, you should go hide." And they're like, "We'll be fine. Don't worry about us. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll just scissor over here." Oh my god!
Yeah, then enter the fucking bad guys. The pirates, boom, kick into the door.
Yeah, you'll scissor right now, won't you? And that's exactly how it happened.
Probably. Oh god. So as they're riding the hover bikes, one Wim's dad joined them. Like, he got himself a hover bike and he's now with them as they're driving towards the tower. They get stopped at one point when they get to the ship because they think, "Oh, well, here's the ship. We'll fly it into space. We'll call fucking Owl Girl and we'll get the good guys over here."
Right.
But of course the fucking landing clamps are still on.
Right.
So then they got to go repower these clamps. And Wim asks his dad, like, "Oh, Dad, do you think you can do that? You think you can restore power to this?" And he's like, "Son, you are talking to a level 7 systems coordinator." It's just so goofy. But it was good. I liked it.
Like, it's a great nerd answer.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mhm.
Like, bitch, please. You know who you're talking to?
Though this also is the same guy who had trouble hacking the fucking system when all he had to do was just fucking plug it in for a second.
Well,
But,
in broad daylight,
well, yeah, in front of the
with
security
a light
droids.
bright.
Right.
Like, here, let me hide this.
Anyway, so eventually, yeah, they get up to the tower. A lot of back and forth with fucking Jod and the kids and the parents. And eventually it's revealed that there's this lever that can bring down the whole fucking barrier.
Right.
So that'll come into play later. And then, yeah, KB gets the ship. So before Jod rounds up Fern, Wim, and their parents, the dad temporarily restores power so that KB can take off in the ship. And so she's up there. She calls fucking Owl Lady and eventually has to come back, but she gets shot by the pirates.
Right.
So she's like spiraling down, and everybody's just watching her like, wow. And like the parents are like, oh, you can do it. They're talking through her life monitor, by the way.
Right.
Which I wasn't sure that's how those worked, but regardless. And then the kids are watching her from the fucking window, and is spinning around, and she fucking slows down. She really starts slowing down. And all the while, fucking, she's not even flying. It's 33 who's flying.
Right.
Just now he's decapitated, and she's just got to hold his head.
Right.
Like, hold my head steady, child.
And then she's underneath the compartment, fucking shorting out wires for some reason.
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
what you do.
Yeah, and then the ship comes down, slows down, but then it still goes behind some buildings, and you see a pillow of dust blow up after that. And everybody...
And then
Right, yeah. Everybody thinks she's fucking dead at this point.
And this is where, honestly, Jod, for me, you have this genuine... He obviously didn't want the kids to get hurt in this.
Right.
Like when he says that it didn't need to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He went probably to great lengths internally to be like, okay, I could cut this baggage, but I'm not going to because these are children.
Right.
Right. And he was a lost child basically at some point.
Yeah, because that's also when we get the reveal of like his backstory.
Yeah.
Was right around this time, because he says the whole, this isn't the way it was supposed to happen. They all think she's dead. And then, yeah, he gets into like, well, I was starving from the moment I was born. But he was found by some former Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw the potential in him. But he mentioned that she got rounded up probably by Inquisitors and was killed right in front of him.
Yeah, they made him watch.
Yeah, which is pretty fucked up. Again, childhood trauma. Check.
Yep. And then which turned him into a scrappy pirate that, ends up getting to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Had just enough knowledge of the Force to use it to his advantage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And to be a better pirate.
Yeah.
But never any further than that. And obviously had enough light in him to warrant the Jedi's attention. But after all of that trauma, this is not my mission. My mission is to survive.
Right.
Right. And if surviving means fucking annihilating these enemies to my existence, then that's what I do. Like shooting Wolfman in the face when he's obviously incapacitated.
Yeah.
Right. Like, oh yeah, fuck that guy. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of where he starts to turn. But while he's monologuing and doing all of this, fucking Wim's dad has his George McFly moment where he's like balling his fist and he fucking jumps up and just blow, clocks him in the face, and that's just enough to stun him. Drops the lightsaber,
right?
And then they're all fighting over the fucking the lever, because at this point they think the message has been sent and the X-wings are on the way.
Right.
They just need to get through the barrier. So they're fighting over trying to pull the lever to get rid of the barrier. Of course, the mom was fighting this for most of the time because she didn't want the barrier to go away. But eventually, after a lot of struggling, Wim's dad and the mom collectively, pull the lever and kind of, fight off Jod. And the fucking barrier drops. And it's a pretty cool scene again, where you have all the townsfolk. They're out there standing outside and they're watching as the barrier goes away. And then all these stars start appearing.
Yeah. You can't imagine. I know. And again, I'm a weirdo, but how mystified I am any given night just looking up at the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And to see that for the first time, like to me, I don't think they spent enough time on that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you only have but so much time, but for me that moment would have been like what, almost like seeing the eclipse. It's just like, this
Yeah.
is not something that you don't see this.
Yeah.
Like you're almost not meant to see it. And then when you see it, you're just like, oh my God, it's like this life altering thing. So yeah, it's kind of hokey, like physics wise or whatever.
Of course.
Because there's still weather, right? There's still weather on the planet. So you're still going to have clouds, but it just so happens that there wasn't a weather system in the area. So that when they pulled the thing, they could see all the stars, whatever. But yeah, just that like, whoa, just that moment of getting that. And then what would that do to the planet? Think of what that would do to the planet. If you had this like this barrier, right? So you're entrapping all the gas, right? Let's assume that it's in the Goldilocks zone, just like Earth, right?
Yeah.
Of a nominal yellow star.
Sure.
And you have this cloud over it. I guess maybe let's assume it's a little bit further away, right? So it can retain the heat.
Right.
Once that cloud goes away, now you're not retaining that. It would get pretty fucking cold.
True.
Like it would get cold quick. It would get like Mars cold.
Well, but at the same time, as the barrier's going away, the sun is getting, brighter and more intense as, it's losing that cover.
Yeah, and it'll heat up the planet. But what I'm saying is the density of the clouds that were there protecting the planet, when that's all of a sudden gone, then you're still, the atmosphere probably hasn't changed. Like, so you're still going to get however the sun comes through is going to come through the same way.
Yeah.
Right. But the clouds being gone, now the retention of heat that's happening on the planet, that's warming it to a certain point, that's all going to go. And you're going to have this, like, the temperature is going to drop, like, I don't know. Just math in my head, I would imagine it to, like, drop, like, 25 C. Like, a significant drop.
Yeah.
Because all that heat energy is now going to, it has to dissipate. It has to go somewhere.
It's an interesting theory.
So everybody's going to start getting really, really cold really quickly. All the pipes are going to freeze in their fucking houses because all the houses were built for warm weather. Nobody's wearing coats.
Right.
Like they have regular clothes on, but nobody's wearing. There's no like fucking polar region.
Yeah.
Right.
Neil's just naked in his bath.
Right.
Yeah.
Splashing around with his little trunk.
Yeah.
My penis is so smooth.
So
We're not. No. No, I did not do that.
once the barriers come down, or the barrier comes down, the X-Wings and B-Wings were right there waiting. Yeah, pretty much coming in to save the day. Now, what do you think about the B-Wings and the way they fire?
Directed energy weapons?
Yeah.
Fuck that. They can't do that.
Yeah,
They've never had that capability.
No, so these must be new,
Where do these motherfuckers come from?
retrofitted B-Wings, because
I like the color palette on the X-Wings.
yeah,
And I'm not an X-Wing guy. I mean, obviously we know where my loyalties lie.
yeah,
However, I'd probably put together a Lego of a blue X-Wing like that.
yeah, they're not too bad.
But yeah, that it's funny you note that, because I noticed that straight away. Like the
Yeah.
B-Wing coming through and then having this directed energy weapon.
And it was red too.
It was like a reddish orange, right?
Yeah,
So the B-Wing, my cousin Rick has the B-Wing, like the original toy.
oh really?
And so it has cannons on it, like in
Mhm.
certain areas. And maybe that's what it shoots, and we just don't see it in any other form.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
that was, I don't know. That was jarring for me, because I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Like That's just shoot pew pew. Just you don't need to do this. You don't need like lasers. You just pew pew.
You know,
It's
my
fine.
my thought is maybe this was just some new experimental weapons that they were trying. Lockheed Martin called them up and like, hey, we got this idea for a new weapon that we could put on your B-wings.
Right.
Maybe give us a few test beds.
Little directed energy weapon.
Yeah. And we'll make this modification and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, go try it out on some pirates.
Yeah.
Like, nobody will care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here, run this checklist before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was your vector? Make sure you write all this shit down after you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, we need to debrief when you get back. It's the after Jason and I have both been on test flights, and it's such a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The amount of checklists and the debriefing and like, okay, we're doing this in position A. All right, radio 1.
Yeah. But there's always a little pucker factor on those flights as well.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
I was having a moment the other day. I was like, man, I miss these days. I missed the dinner that we had last night. We were talking about, I don't know, I brought up something about flying, and it made me think about the problem solving, right? What was unique about what we did was we got to problem solve in such a dynamic environment, and that's like, I feed off of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like, doing the air show and doing all this extra stuff, like, I keep taking on this extra stuff because I want to problem solve, like, more dynamically. And sitting at a desk and working the same problem over and over again is it's making me insane. and I can only just, the only thing that's keeping me doing it is the fact that they pay me a decent wage to do it.
Yeah.
And then I find ways to challenge myself to do other stuff. So there is that. But yeah, that environment, that dynamic environment, sometimes when you're thinking, sometimes getting the shit scared out of you.
Oh yeah. That happened plenty of times.
Which sidebar, on the sidebar, I was telling the story. You weren't in it. You were still on active duty. But when they launched the Scud at us for Northern Watch, we're in Incirlik, and the whole thing was getting pulled out of Tent City in a Haji van. Loading 20 people up in this van with the ash dragging going all the way to the fucking hangar. And did you ever go to Incirlik?
Yeah.
So were you in Tent City there, or were you?
No, we were in the dorms.
Oh,
We got the good treatment.
well, you were there as a boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. The air crew stayed in the hard billets, while us maintainer schmucks were in the fucking tents.
Oh yeah.
But
That was a good trip, by the way.
when we're dragging us out there, and we're driving by and watching all the security forces people just get their shit on. We're like, what is going on? And then you're like passing all the Turkish security, and they're just standing over their finger up their nose. And we got to the hangar, and there's just so much just cacophony of just chaos in there.
God, I could imagine.
And you have a bunch of fucking E9s like hollering the wrong information. It's like, it was Mop 4 condition black. And which for the non-military audience is like, hey, there's basically a missile like inbound. And so it was, get your shit on. Like, get it on immediately. And all of our shit was put in those plywood boxes that they'd have on the floor in the 135.
Oh yeah.
It was just in the middle of the fucking floor. So I'm in the middle of one of those, throwing fucking A bags out, trying to get to mine, listening to fucking chiefs tell everybody to put your helmets and web gear on. Like, this is, no, what? I know that's wrong. My airman ass So I'm looking around and I find the Desert Storm vets and I see that they're putting all their shit on. I'm like, those guys know what's up. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go over there with them, the old fucking GAC instrument shop guys.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
been there for a minute, John Burrell and those old timers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over there and get suited up with them and fucking sit there for, I don't know, I think they didn't give the all clear for like 3 hours.
Oh jeez.
And then we had to recover airplanes in fucking mop gear.
Ugh.
And we had to they spent the next 2 days in like mop 2. So we had like half the shit on and had to carry it around. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. It's the fucking worst. But you don't remember like so it was chaos, but it wasn't like it brings fear more now than it did then, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Because at the time it's just like we can as human beings, we can normalize some really, really amazing things
Mm-hmm.
that should not be
Right.
on an ordinary basis. Like the kids that were the last KC-10 deployments where they're getting missiles every Monday
Really.
at 2 a.m. So they called it, oh, it's Missile Monday.
Jesus
So they
Christ.
you normalize that shit because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. That was our jobs. We're like, all right, we're gonna go up and we're gonna go poke God in the eye and try and fucking see what happens.
Right.
And yeah, that was what we did. And then you don't think about it till like, you know, you're getting ready to turn 50 and you just like sit there and think about all that shit. You're just like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what?
Uh,
I don't know what prompted that.
So the
Esoteric.
X-wings, the
X-Wings
X-wings
showing
up.
Yes.
They chase the pirates off. So what's there left to do? But we got to find out if KB's okay. So they run to the spot where she crashed.
Yep.
And the ship is fully intact. It's just half inside of a building.
Right.
Yeah.
Raining credits.
Yeah. And she fucking rolls out on top of the credits. Not a fucking mark on her.
Nope.
Anywhere. Like, she looks like she just got out of the shower, just fucking did her hair.
All fresh.
Yeah. And
Ain't
so
nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh and clean.
so my theory is she was just fucking sleeping up there.
So fresh and so clean.
She's
clean.
she's like, I'm fucking stuck in this ship, halfway hanging out of this building. What the fuck am I gonna do? All right, I'll go take a nap until somebody shows up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap.
And
Probably shouldn't. It's probably not. I probably should be like trying to save my own life, but I'm gonna take a nap.
yeah,
Isn't that what people like before they die of hypothermia? That's the same thing that they do.
I take a nap.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I'm so sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap, and then poop. They never wake up.
Mm.
God damn, Dave. What the fuck is wrong with you today?
Man, this episode's getting dark.
Ah!
But so yeah, she's fine, not a scratch on her, and essentially that's the end. We see Jod looking out of the fucking window at the X-wings coming in, with kind of like a weird look on his face.
Yeah, like I know how I'm gonna play this. Like he has that look, like he has his story,
Right.
how he's gonna play this, or how he's gonna escape, or whatever. Like obviously, he's like, okay, he's not like defeated. He's on to the next whatever,
Yeah.
on to the next thing.
And all the kids are good. All the parents are good.
It's
Everything's
a happy
great.
ending.
Yeah. But we still don't know what the fuck's up with that Atten and why they're fucking printing all these old Republic, coins
Mm-hmm.
or credits. Still a lot of stuff left to be answered,
Sure.
which I don't know if this is even going to get a season 2, quite frankly, because apparently an article I read a couple weeks ago said it was getting lower ratings than The Acolyte was.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, overall,
Yes.
like,
Let's talk overall thoughts of the whole series now.
I think overall, the package that of what this was, as when we saw the trailer and said, "Man, this is it." It's like Goonies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think to a person, the people that looked at it, they saw like, okay, that's what this is,
Mm-hmm.
right? That package, it was true to that through 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It told and that the character development and where it went and the campiness and like the age level that it went to. It went kind of dark in some places, and it was a little bit, over the top in some places. Like, it stayed right where it professed itself to be.
Yeah.
And it told that story to an end, and it had a happy ending. Like, if you're looking for Andor, this was not it.
No, definitely
Like,
not.
this was a, hey, we have a story to tell. Here's the story.
Yeah.
We're gonna put Star Wars in it, right? We're gonna give you all the visuals.
Yep.
We're not gonna skimp at all
Nope.
on any of the visuals or
Spare
anything
no
else.
expense.
You're going to get, you're getting Star Wars, and you're getting a top notch. You're getting like Jude Law, who's a bigger actor than we're
Yeah.
used to seeing
Mhm.
in major role, and here it is. And quite frankly, it's refreshing to have something come out of this studio that is maintaining that, like, hey, this is what we're selling,
Yeah.
and we're gonna maintain it to the end. Like, there is something refreshing about that.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was intrigued enough by the show to, like, oh, I'm making it a point to watch it.
Yeah.
When it came out, because I was all right. Well, let's see what happens next.
Yeah.
Right. Not Andor like. I wasn't like hanging on like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I need it. No, nothing like that. But it was. I was. It was a good show. It was. Was it like great? No, but it was like, here's what this is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got that, and it was what I expected, and that's good.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much in the same boat. I know this was for a specific audience, and my hope is that it found that audience because, Star Wars could always use a new generation of fans because we've got us, the originals, we've got the prequel folks. I don't know if the sequels, if we're going to have too much of a sequel generation, but
Well-
we need somebody or something to kind of be the
Well, I think the sequel generation is going to be wrapped into things like The Mandalorian and stuff
True,
like that. I think
yeah.
you'll get a lot of, this is the Disney Plus generation.
yeah
So
yeah.
the sequel generation would be like the Plus generation or something.
That's true. That makes sense. Because, fucking Grogu, he brought a lot of new
Mhm.
eyes
Yeah.
to the product. So,
Yeah, and it'd be good for all of that. But this is also where, as much as Disney, it's great that Disney Plus has like this is giving us a platform to do this.
mhm.
At the same time, I don't like, if you're Disney and this is like, okay, for Star Wars, we're going to have to produce something.
Mhm.
And then you have to produce something else, and then you have to produce something else because you have to keep this streaming service afloat, or else
Yeah.
what will happen if it goes away? Right? If Disney Plus shuts itself down, how would we watch Andor?
Well, they have started releasing some of these seasons on Blu-ray.
Have they
So,
really?
Yeah. So that's something to
I haven't-
to consider.
Oh, that's cool, because I haven't paid attention to that at all.
Because I think the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian are there. I think the first season of Andor is on there.
Okay.
So
I mean, I'd buy that on like Apple
yeah.
and keep it in my Apple library.
But then you run the same risk if Apple shuts down.
Yeah, but the likelihood of Apple, because it's think of Apple's media library as a lot more robust and has a lot more connectivity than I think Disney Plus does.
Okay.
It's not a subscriber based. If I buy a movie and they're just storing it for me to watch,
Mm,
it's a lot different than I'm running a subscription service.
it's fair.
And that's what worries me is what's sustainable with what Disney Plus is doing. What I do like about Disney Plus is I can, if I wanted to watch this again, I just go back and fucking like, oh, I have all this content. I've been really watching from Disney Plus a lot is the National Geographic stuff.
Oh yeah, you
There's
were
a lot of-
mentioning that last
There's
time.
a lot of great shit there.
Yeah,
A lot of really good stuff. What was that?
that was me.
Case in point, as I sport my sexy John Williams t-shirt, I saw the other day they had a John Williams special. It was him conducting in Japan.
Right. I think you were telling me about
Yeah,
that one.
and it was released I think late last year, but I had just seen it. Like it just kind of came across, and it was, I forget. Forgive me. You'll have to look for it. I think if you just search John Williams in Disney Plus, it'll come up. But it's the conductor of that orchestra does a few pieces from John Williams stuff,
Mhm.
and then John Williams comes out and does like over an hour
Nice.
of music. And what's really cool about it is it's like when you're watching him, because can't tell you. I think it's the only time I've ever watched him do a performance, like a full performance,
Yeah.
and actually seeing him conduct like that is the show, not like cut scenes and like talking over or anything. Like nope, just the music and watching them perform. And he's like a I don't know, he's like an athlete. Like you could see him like breathing, like you could tell like he's exerting himself.
Yeah.
Like he's in his 90s for God's sakes.
Mhm.
And this was filmed in 2023, so he's a little bit younger then,
Not that much.
but he's still in his 90s.
Yeah.
And he's standing up there and he's into it. He is into it. He's like he gets the violinist, the first chair gets up and does the Schindler's List thing, and you could just see it still affects him like emotionally. And then for Leia's theme, like the soloist that does Leia's theme, he's just like you could just see it on his face like every single time. He's probably conducted that 400,000 times, and you could see it on him, like the genuine, just like, oh God, that piece, and it just you could tell it just gets him.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that just it was so fucking cool. Highly recommend. Go to Disney Plus, find that, and just it's 90 minutes of orchestral music by John Williams. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with it.
Yep.
And getting to watch John Williams do his thing.
Yeah.
Which, how many more opportunities do we have to do it? And I think John Williams, he did like basically 3 or 4 curtain calls, because he would stop. He actually walked off at one point and then came back and did the Imperial March and then did Indiana Jones, and like he like kept performing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like I had this moment where I was like, man, he probably knows this is the last time he's going to be in Japan.
Ugh.
And so
that's
he's
a
like,
morbid thought.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So he was like, I'm gonna make this the best performance it can be.
Yeah, they can always come back and rewatch this schmuck that I'm taking over for.
Right.
Um,
But yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. And after that, I rewatched the John Williams special that was there.
the music by John Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you get with Disney Plus. And oh, by the way, you can also watch Skeleton Crew, or you could watch fucking Endurance, the thing about
Challenger.
Shackleton.
Oh no, that's a different thing.
Yeah, but they had that. The Challenger stuff is on there as well.
Yeah.
So I like having that. Like that's why I don't mind paying for Disney Plus, because I feel like I'm getting
Oh, there's
lot out of
a
it.
ton of content on there.
Yeah.
Especially for us Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Which I'll kind of close this by saying I agree with what they tried to do with this, and I just hope that it found its audience. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it is. I highly doubt I'll ever go back and rewatch it, but I hope that they get a new generation of Star Wars fans from this.
Yeah.
So, and that's it. We ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
All right. Do you got any end notes?
You know what? Lunar Girl did get some stuff up and out. Let's see. ATSW Family Happenings. Tomorrow, ATSW Escape Pod will be discussing Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Very timely. The entire series, among other things, of course, join Don Della Snooch, Brady Big Lovin', and Dragon Buddy in the live chat at 19:05, 7:05 Eastern on YouTube. Thursday, Alan and DB will be discussing the 2014 horror mystery It Lives. Join them at Grave Reviews on YouTube at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern. Big Swede is heading to Budapest in March for his European tour.
Oh shit.
Dude, it's legit. It is fucking legit. And it's so cool. Check out his metal band Till the End on the socials and YouTube for updates. Yeah, Big Swede going to fucking Budapest.
He's hitting the fucking road.
Yeah, dude, it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Till the End on the socials, and then get find them on Spotify and give them all the listens. Yeah, do it, and you'll do it. Orange and Fed Show released episode 131. Wow, 131.
Damn.
Wakanda Trek this past Friday. That sounds interesting. Find them on Apple and Spotify. You can find us at bio.link/Sidebar Cantina, where you can find our links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcast on Apple, Audible, and Spotify, on all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and Discord, and TikTok? Question mark? I think TikTok came back up after yesterday's inauguration. So yes, TikTok. Once you get to the bio link, simply click the symbols under our pick to go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our past Spotify mixtape playlists. Also, in our bio link, to T-Pub and merch shop. Choose from 7 designs on anything: t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, phone case, exclusive stickers, pen, wall art, magnets, notebooks, laptop case, pillows. Just about anything you can imagine. Nothing says loving like a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to bio.link/Sidebar Cantina and click merch reviews.
No new reviews.
Please write us a 5-star review on Apple or Audible. I don't have an Apple or Audible account. Our Facebook page is review feature 2. Just screenshot your review before you hit done. DM us a pic on Instagram or Twitter with your name and address, so Lunar Girl can send you a super cool ATSW family swag pack. This is your chance to tell us your thoughts on the show. Jason or Jennifer Lopez or Hank or Edith or Mama or Drunk Tom Crawl or nobody will We'll read your review word for word on our next episode. Let us know where you want to read it. Finally, if you catch it on Spotify, help us out. Click those stars. Oh, he's got a finger up.
I was incorrect.
We have a review.
We do.
Is there any requests?
Yeah, Scottish Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to just read it off on my phone, or?
Yeah, I'll just read it off your phone.
All right. Scottish Dave.
Scottish Dave. Oh, wait.
I don't know if we...
Is that Scottish?
You remember, if it's not Scottish, it's crap.
It's not Scottish, it's crap. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy. All right. I have been... Wow. This is harder than you think it is.
That's what she said.
My penis is so smooth.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I need a second.
We can do it next week or next episode.
Let's do it next episode because I need to
get you into it.
But I'll be honest, because I want to give it its due.
Yep.
I want to give it its proper due. And yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, I threw that on him like very quickly.
Yeah,
so.
and that's not a voice I usually do, so I'd have to work into it.
Yeah.
So, but next episode, absolutely.
Yep.
We will do that. Thank you to Hennessy66, I think was the name.
Hennessy 66.
Was no, there was a name on it. We can still say the name.
See, I closed it already.
I think it was Hennessy. My memory is.
That's what I said. Hennessy.
My memory is not what it used to be.
Hench 66.
Hench.
Like henchman.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
But regardless, Hench 66. I got you next week.
All right. So you were saying? We passed reviews.
Oh, if you listen to us on it, please consider joining us in the live chat on Mondays. Chat is most definitely where it's at. If you are new to Sidebar, please subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notification when we go live. Remember to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And then thank you to all our Patreon supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
Yes.
Did you watch that the YouTube I sent you with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Fishburne?
No, I still got to watch that.
Dude, you got to watch it. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Especially when they try and out deep voice each other. It's fucking hilarious.
So next episode, we are talking about The Hunt for Red October.
Yes.
It's
Speaking of Scottish,
yeah,
it's
Oh.
the Sean Connery version.
yeah. There you go. Maybe that's what you're gonna have to do.
No, I like the. I'd rather do the Mike Myers version.
Okay. So, but yeah, I've never seen the movie, so this is gonna be new for me. But it's celebrating its 35th anniversary.
Which is bonkers.
Yeah, because it came out in 1990.
Yeah.
What- Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, dude, a lot of fucking good movies came out in 1990. I realized as I was looking at this and I started scrolling through other movies from the year to look for like anniversaries. We could do a whole episode about just like the movies of 1990
We
Because-
could do that.
because there was a lot of shit to talk about in there.
That's a good idea. Somebody should write that down.
All right.
Hopefully somebody wrote that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunt for October. I've seen that movie so many times.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You have no idea.
And I've heard it was good, but I just, I was never into these types of movies back in the day.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I went through a Tom Clancy phase.
Yeah.
So I've read this book and the entire Jack Ryan series
Okay.
up until the point where Tom Clancy actually passed. So
Oh, I didn't realize he was dead.
yeah. So we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'll save all that good gouge for the next episode.
All righty. Sounds good. Well, I guess that's it.
That is it.
So,
We-
fuck, I don't even have anything.
We're slightly beyond our alleged program timing.
Yeah. But thank you everybody who joined us on the YouTube. Sorry about the Tuesday night as opposed to Monday nights.
Yeah.
We just had to adjust. It's life,
But we got it done.
Yes. So until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
It's the worst. Okay, now what do I click? That was terrible.
You okay?
There it goes.
Yeah, I think you double clicked it the first time, so there might be a small file on there. So small.
My penis is so smooth.
Did you end the stream?
Oh shit, no. All right. Bye everyone. We'll see you later.